Hey everybody, thanks for joining me today. So today is going to be a continuation of the discussion we started in our first video around deferring money into qualified plans and understanding the different layers to that decision. So last video started around tax deferral was the main topic and understanding the types of decisions we're making there. And today's video is going to focus more on liquidity. Let me get two caveats out of the way that I included in the first video, which are one, if there's a match at an employer plan, it probably makes sense to get it in general terms. And two, I'm not anti-saving for retirement, right? That's a really good thing to do. We just want to make sure we're thinking through the decisions that we need to be thinking through, because there's pros and cons to all different types of decisions and vehicles that we put money into. Okay, so let's get that out of the way. Don't need to worry about that. From a liquidity standpoint, it's actually a pretty interesting discussion. So most people that I meet with, a good chunk of their savings are going into 401k plans. And again, that's not a bad thing. But if we think about what's going to happen between now and retirement, right? 20 and 30-year-olds who are putting money in are going to retire in 30 or 40 years in their 60s and 70s. That's a long time to be putting money and tying it up in a vehicle that is hard to get to, right? There's going to be a lot of life that is lived between now and then. You're going to be having weddings, having kids, buying cars, buying houses, you name it, taking trips. All of those things are going to happen and be really great. And they also require assets and capital to do that. And so we have to be thinking through, are we filling up the right buckets from a liquidity standpoint? Because what typically happens is if you have that money tied up in retirement plans, you turn towards other sources, which could be savings, but it could also be some sort of debt vehicle. And that's pretty common, because if you have to take money out of the retirement plan, whenever it comes out, it's taxed at ordinary income. And if you take it out before 59 and a half, it's a 10% penalty on top of the ordinary income tax bracket. So that's a pretty high barrier for someone to really need the money for. They're going to have to need it pretty badly in order to jump through those hoops. So liquidity has got to be a part of the conversation and discussion as we think through, what should I be doing with my money? Where should I be putting it? In addition to the tax deferral component that I talked about in part one. So I hope this was helpful. Make sure to check out new videos that are coming out on different topics, and see you next time.